It's almost like I never left. We're back to doing engines for hot rods and race cars. This is Jamie, by the way. Yeah.
No.
Go up just a fuzz, Chuck. One more. One more. Right there. We're dang close.
We've done a lot of work to this car. A lot of modifying this, modifying that. Took the fuel pump out, put electric fuel pump in it. Down the frame, reformed the gas line, made the cross brakes with the frame. They didn't box this frame in. They used the old 40 Ford frame.
What's going on, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. So, we in a new city. We doing new things. I just linked up with a buddy of mine. Originally, I was from Albany. Okay, I lived in Albany for nearly a decade. I went to community college out here, and I'm back in the area. So, I actually feel more at home in the Albany, Lebanon, kind of sweet home area than I do more Southern Oregon. So, surprise, surprise, just so happens that my being here in the area, Lebanon has officially finished building and filling up a Harbor Freight. I have never been a part of a Harbor Freight grand opening or have been around for a brand new store to open up that I could go into. So this is going to be pretty cool. I'm excited to take you guys along for the ride. I don't want to miss the turn off, so give me a second and we should be there momentarily. Oh, yep, absolutely. I almost did miss it. But da-da-da. Move, sucker. Probably going to the same place we are. I just cut across, that's all. Same, but different. We're going to have to do some walking. I'm fine with that. Oh my God, look at the size of this Harbor Freight. The Harbor Freights, they know how to, up here in Oregon, they know how to paint the outside of the building and do this thing up, man. Our Harbor Freight doesn't look anything like this, and you guys know, you've seen it. All right, long day of roofing. Not really, though. We started early, finished early. Now we get to have a little bit of fun. I've definitely got some sun since I've been here. Let's go check this place out, man. I gotta apologize for this. Look, we were a day early to this Harbor Freight. The Lebanon Harbor Freight grand opening is tomorrow. And we got another day roofing tomorrow. So if we get done early, we'll go over there and check it out then. But for now, I did film the Albany Harbor Freight, which is equally as impressive based on its size in comparison to what you guys normally see at mine over there in Yucca Valley, California. So, that being said, enjoy this video walk around. This has got to be the largest Harbor Freight that I've ever been to in my entire life, and I haven't been to a Harbor Freight in Oregon in 12 years. My God, business must be good and has grown. Let's go inside. All right, I know you guys have seen probably most of these air tools by now, but we're gonna go ahead and start off in the air tool section. Let you guys take a little peek. See, I actually used that one today to cut some thin metal for the top of this one roof. Well, actually, Jamie did, but it was the first time I ever saw that tool and it being used, and it worked out really great for us, by the way. But I know that you've seen a lot of these air tools before. I just figured I'd go ahead and start off in this section. See if there's any differences between the stuff that we've seen before from my Harbor Freight in comparison to this Harbor Freight. Now, this Harbor Freight was definitely very well stocked. and they had just about everything. And I think I even seen some stuff that I didn't see at my Harbor Freight there in Yucca Valley. But much more than just walking around and talking about the same old same, which you can actually see here on the shelves. I'm also going to talk about what's been going on with me while I've been up here, Albany, what happened down in with the timber cruising, all the other questions that you guys probably have. So long story short, you guys probably already kind of got a feel for it. Timber cruising was just a little too physical for me to be able to handle, man. It really was. It was a very physical day. It was a long day. And I haven't hiked that many miles. Mind you, I've been sitting on the couch practically since November. So the job itself wasn't too incredibly complicated or hard. Like, it was easy to pick up as far as measuring the trees, width, height, all the other things. But as far as like moving through the terrain, look, if the terrain was thinned out, relatively easy. But once you got into the thick, it was just not my jam. Very steep inclines, and you're low crawling through stuff just to get up and down the mountain, and it's just was not for me. You know what I mean? But you know what? I still got friends just further up north. It's just that the difference between family living a little bit more south, friends and everybody that I knew from when I lived up here, and I lived up here in the Albany area for quite some time. I went to community college out here. I discovered racing out here. I learned how to become an automotive technician out here. The first shop I ever worked for was out here. Like, all the very first tools I ever purchased was out here. Having my own place and renting it for at least a year or more out here. You know what I mean? Like that. These are a lot of firsts out here. You know what I mean? Learned how to build American muscle, machine shops, tolerances. Like, there was a lot of really good information that I learned. So this is like my home away from home if I ever had another home. The only reason why this transition or this little adventure of me leaving California to come up here to try anything worked out is because I do have friends and family in Oregon. If I would have ventured off to another state, it'd be otherwise impossible for me to be able to, leave everything and everyone that I know and then try to figure out how I'm supposed to start it with like $0 in pocket. And that was the other thing with timber cruising. Apparently, the expectation is that you train for free for like a week or plus, depending on how long it takes you. And I don't have it. I don't have it in me. Okay, my family needs money back down where I live. That's why I came up here. I came up here to make money and try to get myself out of a hole, and I most certainly plan on taking care of myself. So in that regards, it just didn't work out. So right now, currently, I'm roofing with my buddy Jamie. He's got his own construction business. I'm also working at an independent shop, and I'm also looking for a full-time job while I'm up here to see if I could try to make something happen, so that way, after I come back to California, because I do decide to go back to California to at least see my family and be with everybody for a week or so. Once I get done being down there for about a week or two, I'm planning on flying back, and hopefully by then I'll have a full-time job and I could start establishing some kind of sense of security and stability and income and workflow, and show to my wife that it's more beneficial for us to be up here and get out of California, and we'll see what she says. She has to be on board with it, obviously. So we'll see how things go over time. Yes, there's a lot of things that I'm going to end up having to also sacrifice along the way. Hopefully I get a good sufficient time with my daughter. Maybe her mom and I can work something out, but that's a little bit more down the road. I have to focus on what's most important right now, and what's most important right now is that I figure out how to generate an income. On a plus note, or a positive, I did fill out an application for the Cottage Grove Chrysler, and I got a phone call within an hour and a half, and I had an interview the next day. So I do feel like that if I go to any one of the Chrysler dealerships up here in the Albany, Lebanon, Sweet Home area, I'll probably get picked up right away. So right now, all I'm trying to do is make as much money as I possibly can to try to come up with maybe like some kind of tool storage and an R&R kit. You know what I mean? Just like some of the basic tools that we've talked about, the Quinn set, we're looking at them right now. That's kind of what I'm probably eyeballing as far as like getting initially set up. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to make the money, and then I got to figure out how to fit it within that budget. We've talked about budget toolkit builds before, fitting it anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000. I feel like that's the best way to like show you that it is practical, that you can get started as a line tech. with the same tool set that I've been telling you guys about and preaching about, well, guess what? Preacher's got to go to work. So I'm going to set this whole thing up just the same as I told you I would throughout all the other videos of like apprentice setups, line tech setups, lube tech setups. We're going to set a whole box up with pretty much anything and everything that you need to R&R. So here it comes, right? We talked about doing that video next. This video happened to have come a few months later. So guess what? As soon as I make enough money, we're going to be setting up a toolbox for R&R. You're going to be seeing me do some R&R at an independent shop. I'm able to film and do stuff over there. You guys already kind of saw a brief clip of that with me and Jamie working on that muscle car. There's going to be some regular work that comes in for service, repair, engine swaps, trans swaps, etc. So we'll be doing that. So I'm kind of bouncing around. If you guys see me doing all different types of stuff, that's because that's where the money is. That's what we're doing. We're trying to make some money, right? So I don't care if it's roofing, if it's wrenching, or if I'm helping as a framer's helper. You know what I mean? I'll do what I got to do to make a few bucks. But I'm definitely making money now, and I need to. You know, the wife's she needs a little bit of money too. I need to put some money back in mama's pocket. You know how it goes, those of you that are married. All right, so you look around the store, enough of my jibba jab about what it is I'm doing. Look at everything that they have to offer, how they have this stuff set up. This is a big store. It's a really big store. Tons of toolboxes on display and different areas for you to look at. All the cordless. I mean, like I said, a lot of this stuff is same old same, but there's a lot of things in here that we don't carry per se. You know what I mean? I think I even seen a log splitter at one point. We don't carry that. You know what I mean? They had a flux core welder down here I was looking at, 125 in the titanium. I thought that was dope. This table, I don't think I've ever seen that welding table at my Harbor Freight before. So I was really curious about this. I was like, oh yeah, let me play with this. What's this little chingadera do? You know what I mean? Like I'm checking it out. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that table before, you know? So they got a few things, man. Like I said, a lot of it might look similar to the stuff that we've seen, but yeah. Right. Well, they did look like they had quite a bit more than the Harbor Freight that I'm used to going to back in Yucca Valley. That's for sure. All right, I'm gonna go get me a bite to eat. Well, we're back here at home. That's where I'm staying for right now. Take a little rest for the day. Talk to you guys about some tools, some things that I find that are pretty cool that you might want to see. I don't know that we're gonna pop the hood on this thing. There was a wasp nest in it the other day. We'll see. Maybe. There's my buddy's El Camino. There's a little buried. My engine runs strong. Let's see. Piss him off. There's the engine. Oh, this nest is over there. I'm trying to avoid him for right now. But that engine's practically new. Brand new. Yeah, I pissed him off. See? You're mad at me. Run! Run away! We got a few things to do around here. There's a few things to do. Bow show. See where these moo cows are today. They were hiding in the shade yesterday. Where they are today. Let's see. Where'd you go? Might be hiding in the barn. Well, they're not out today. Must be hiding in the barn.